in science, because that's the only tool we have. I understood the rising and setting of different stars. So when Mao came, he said, Nainoa, I tell you once, and I tell you slowly, and don't forget. He gave me the progression. There are two stars. One is Arumoi, and one is Ap. Arumoi is Arcturus. Arumoi is Hōkūle. Ap is Spica, and Ap is Hikianalia. Mao would say, in the yard, Ap will rise first. It's the first of the beginning of the storm season. And Arumoi will rise second, after. After you'll understand this. But I had done a lot of studying, and I knew that Hōkūle and Hikianalia, because your father is north, they rise together. And here I am, second day, kindergarten, the greatest teacher, the greatest navigator on the earth. Then he says, about 3 days later, get in the car, I want to go look at the storm stars. So we go to a place on the eastern side of Oahu, it's called Lanai Luka. And I am worried, because I know that Ap is not going to rise first, it's going to rise after. So we go to Lanai Lookout, and Mao looks out to the sea in that deep, very deep, powerful way, and he sees the two stars rising together, not one before the other. And he knows that I know what he told me. And he didn't say anything. He just stared powerfully into the sky at these two stars. Then all he said to me, Nainoa, take me home. So we went home, and it was about 2 in the morning, the next morning, that Mao comes to me and goes, in Hawaii, the stars are crazy. In Hawaii, they're different than my land. In Hawaii, Hōkūle is older brother to Hikianalia. Hikianalia is the youngest sister. They are family, and they take care of each other. What you've done is you transformed us. The reason why we need Hikianalia is for it to have no escort boat or 2 waka, just like you have. No escort boat anymore, 2 waka. Family, driven by family values. That fundamentally, family is take care of the family. That's why we have shifted. And it's immeasurable in terms of gratitude of what you give us. Because if you go to the middle of this century, when population's at 9 billion, when there'll be 156 million refugees from sea level rising in the Pacific, that's the prognosis. We need this canoe. The name is about ohana. The name is about carrying values. The name is stay together. And thank you for all of that. The purpose of the voyage. And what the miracle of today is that, just think about it. The greatest environmental challenge of the time is not global warming. That's later. It's about protecting the ocean. The next 4 breaths you take of oxygen, 3 came from the sea. It's not a green planet, it's a blue one. The revolution isn't about hugging trees. It's about a blue revolution. It's about the movement you talk about. It's about coming together. You've already done that. Imagine that this canoe will be sailed with 11 Pacific Island nations. It will be sailed with those from Alaska, those from Micronesia, those from Japan, those from Rapa Nui. Imagine that. That your captains will captain this. Waka. Our job is to save the oceans. The most 52% of all salt water is right there in the Pacific. even though we're only one ocean. If you don't save the Pacific, you won't do anything. That cultural and ecological and social justice are the same things in the 21st century. You cannot solve one without solving the other. And the Susumu, Hector, Edith, Ned, Otu, Tua. This canoe is a promise. When you say, who is the canoe for? Correct, it's for the children of the earth. Will this canoe save the earth? No. But will the movement save the earth? People across the planet, untold millions of people, are recognizing the disconnect and the dislocation of our relationship to our tiny little island earth, and are coming together in disorganized ways, but in very profound ways. We need to sail because our kuleana, it's our responsibility to do our part. But it has to be done with the unity of the Pacific people. Don't ask the earth to unify if we cannot. So I'm babbling. And I'm going all over the map because that's how I feel in the moment here. That we are at this brand new moment of coming together in a way that we've never understood. And it's for the children because, and I brought young people from Hawaii, about 20 of them, because they're younger than the time that we lost Eddie. They weren't here. How do they feel? How do they know? How do they know your legacy, Hector, unless they see you and feel you and are at Waitangi and at Auckland? How do they know? And if they don't feel, will they say? Will they act on behalf of what we need to do? The power of this room is not the power that you see around the world. The Maori, and I would say this in the most humble way, are our people. We honor you for the way that you held your language, your genealogy, and your culture. Hawaii is just trying to pull itself out of the darkness and out of the ashes. But around the world, that's not the same story as many indigenous people. Around the world today, we're losing languages and cultures every single day. But the need to sail these canoes are not on behalf of us. It's on behalf of every young Native indigenous child that has deserved the right to grow up in a place that's just, in a place that is honored, in a place that they can be strong, they know who they are, because they know where they came from. Around the world. And this issue of protecting the oceans is paramount. The two canoes are powerful, but those who will sail these canoes are more powerful. That I am fundamentally taking up all your time today, but getting to the point that we need you. We need you to make this promise become part of the movement that in a measurable way will shift the way that we think and the way that we believe and the way that we act in terms of the earth. So, with all of that, I have a request. That one, I want to recognize Bruce. Every time it's hard. Every time we have to do something very difficult. Try to imagine the position I'm in. That when we have to do something that is going to be a great risk. The one that I turn to always is Bruce. Great courage. 50,000 miles. 30 years. Takes care of his crew. Never falters. He never flinches. I've asked him to take Hikianalia to his other home. Take it to Hawaii. So I just want you to know that he will be the first captain. But at the same time, I want to